1 Samuel 13, verses 11 through 12 says this. What have you done? Asked Samuel. Saul replied, when I saw that the men were scattering, and that you did not come at the set time, and that the Philistines were sitting at Michmash, I thought, now the Philistines will come down against me at Gilgal. And I have not sought the Lord's favor, so I felt compelled to offer the burnt offering. On this journey of life, we must take ownership, which means taking responsibility for where you are today. All of your choices have led to where you are at this very moment. And if you're not satisfied with where you are, then you have to take the responsibility for the actions that led you here. However, we live in a world that avoids responsibility. We see others become the victim and blame people or circumstances for their actions. When we fall into this mentality, it changes nothing. And though we may think we win, we actually lose. Maturity is learning from our mistakes so that we don't continue making them again and moving forward. There's some examples of victim mentality I'd like to give you this morning. And one of them is when we always talk about ourselves. We talk about ourselves in a negative way. When we say things like, I can never do anything right, or I always mess things up, that's a victim mentality. When we say things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, or I don't think that I can change, that's a victim mentality. And then there's this thing where we blame other people for where we are. Things like the reason that I drink is because my dad always drink, or the reason why I cheat on my wife or my husband is because my friends do it and their relationship seems to be okay. How many of you this morning can relate to the victim mentality or the thought process of blaming others? In the Bible, there is an example of this with Saul, the first king over Israel. Saul was tall, Saul was handsome, and he was a strong man, but his integrity was weak. He was told to wait until the prophet Samuel met him before doing anything, but he didn't. And we read that at the very beginning, 1 Samuel chapter 13, verses 11 through 12. But Saul replied to Samuel with a series of excuses that justified his poor choice of making the burnt offering before Samuel arrived. Excuses are the opposite of taking responsibility and are meant to cover up our mistakes and our failures. All of us have used them, some more than others. But we can make the choice today to take responsibility, stop making excuses, and speak the truth. We can speak the truth about our actions and our behavior. This is making the choice to take ownership. This is making the choice to take ownership for your life from this day forward. In what areas have you consistently made excuses or blame others for your actions? Think about that today. In what areas? What would it look like to take ownership of your life and your actions? What would change in your life if you did that? And finally, who can you share the truth of your life with and feel supported and loved? If you take ownership of your life, then you can't blame anyone for where you are today. Yes, things happen. Yes, things come and things may go. But ultimately, think about the decisions that you've made. Think about the actions that you've taken. And make a choice today to take ownership. Maybe it's not the other people. Maybe it is you. You are the reason why you are here today. Be it good or be it bad. But the beautiful thing about making a choice to take ownership is that you can tell God, I did it. Help me get back on track. And God will help you make good decisions from this point on. You can change your life in 30 days. Your life can be switched on a positive road in less than 30 days if you make a decision to take ownership. Stop blaming people for your poor choices. Stop blaming people for the reason why you cheated on your mate. Stop blaming people for the reason why you can't pay your bills. Stop blaming people, and you take ownership of the decisions that you've made that have put you right where you are today. And if you want to change, make the choice to take ownership and change. Give it to Jesus. Tell God all about it. And I promise you, He will meet you right where you are today and help you to pick up the pieces. Help you get rid of that victim mentality. Help you get rid of blaming other people for where you are right now. I encourage you today to go to Jesus in prayer and say, listen, I need your help. I've made some bad decisions. And as a result of those bad decisions, I am where I am here. I am where I am at today. So be with me, Jesus. Help me, God. And help me to take ownership and get my life back. Think about that today and be blessed.